Hey everybody, today we're going to do a video on my wood chipper. I brought it in to service it. I thought it'd be a good time of year to get it ready, and I definitely got work for it coming first thing in the spring. So it's not quite due for an oil change, but I'm going to do it while I got time. I'm hoping the weather breaks and we can have an early spring, but we'll do a quick walk around. It's a Bandit model 65 XP. It's gas powered with the Vanguard motor. This is a 2022 model that I had bought damaged with low hours. I'll show you, it's got the Vanguard motor on it. Nice unit. It had this chute was bent when I bought it. There's a video on when I fixed it. Other than that, it's been a solid unit. The gas tank was collapsed in. I kind of just took and got all the dents out, and it's a plastic tank. There was a little leak here and I sealed it with the original video I did on it. It's also got a hitch up here that's bent. When I bought it, the hitch was bent. I bent this last summer just pushing this around with the little BX tractor I have. Another thing I like about this size unit, you can hook it to my little BX tractor and drag it in job sites with no issues. The only thing I had done to it is I added the spare tire to it. Other than that, it's been a pretty solid unit, but I just thought I'd show. I think I bought this with like 150 hours on it. Right now it's got like 222, I think. It's one of those things, you use it a lot for like a month and a half, and then it won't get used again unless you get on the right job. I know in the spring we got to do some more road cleanup in here, birches and stuff, so I know it's going to get a pretty good hot supper to it, so I want to switch it over. I'm going to probably use the AMSOIL synthetic oil in it. I believe that's, I got to look it up in my record book, but I'm pretty sure that's what I put in it when I changed it. But I'm going to do an oil change, air filter change. What else we got to do? Probably give it a good grease and clean it up. I don't think it really needs the blades changed yet. You can, I guess you can turn them, and they're also, you can resharpen these and just set them. But I want to clean it up. It's got little twigs sticking out here, there, and everywhere, but inside there, it got a pretty good run. Like when I did use this, I was busy with it. So, and I'm probably going to change the hydraulic oil. That's pretty dirty looking. I don't know. I got to look up. Sometimes your hydraulic oils for certain companies, they don't use, like, I'm used to Kubota stuff, which is like a clear, low temperature style. And that might be what I switch this over to. We'll see. I got to find out what I can and can't use for hydraulic oil, but I know that looks kind of dirty for something that's only got 200 something hours. This is something I'm probably going to put less, I'm going to guess less than 100 hours a year on, but we'll see. I just thought I'd do an opening and we'll go from there. I'll make sure the camera's on when I do some of the maintenance and go through it. I just want to show companies like this when they use motor. This Vanguard motor is used on so many different things, but I want to show when companies put them together, whether they take the time or not. But like this company takes the time, puts a hose on that drain plug, puts this thing in it, locks in here after to stay out of the way. You just kind of flex the hose and put it in there. It's draining slow because it's like 28 degrees, and this was tucked away in one of my other buildings with no heat on, and I didn't feel like gassing up the whole garage, letting it run for, I should have let it run for a few minutes to let that drain, but it's almost lunchtime. I'm just going to let that drain out, do an oil change. I did buy a Napa filter for this. I normally buy the factory filters. I went someplace the other day and they didn't actually have it. I couldn't believe it. So I got the Napa Gold. I think I'll be fine with this. And after I had to buy that yesterday, I looked it up online last night. The ones for these small engines are rated pretty good. And to be honest with you, that's probably a Wix filter is what it said online. So, but I'm going to put the new oil filter, probably a new fuel filter on this today. I think I did that. I gotta look. I'm pretty sure I did that when I got this. I did an oil change and everything. I think they had done service to it more than once. I bought it used with 100 and something hours on it, and I believe before I started using it, I did all this once. I just gotta find the paperwork on it. And I'm gonna probably put an air filter in it too. But I just want to clean it up, grease it. I'm gonna look into the hydraulic oil. I may switch that out too. I just want to get it ready to go in the spring. I just changed the oil filter. Went pretty good. Like I said, they have a nice drain plug. The filter you can't get off. I stuffed a rag under it. That always makes a little bit of a mess. Put just the outer air filter on it. That's all it really needed. next thing we're going to tackle is this hitch. And you can see how it, the one that was on it when I bought it was tweaked. This one's tweaked. So we're going to unbolt that. I got the new one. And what I might do is I might try to slide it back onto the shaft a little further. It's held on with 2 bolts. It does have 2 more spots. I don't think that would make a big difference, but I'm going to look at it, see if we can change it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty tweaked. And I really don't think I'm going to be able to slide this back any further. The only thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt this one on. I might take a piece of rebar on each side and just weld it. Give it a little more strength. Just pushing this around with my BX tractor, I don't think should be bending this, but I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, we'll lay something in there, see if we can strengthen that a little bit. Not 100% sure. I don't know if I set a flat plate here. I mean, I could set, I don't think that's a piece of 1/4 inch plate. I don't think welding it back here or down here. I mean, down here would help, but I really don't want to weld it to the unit, so if I got to change it again, I'd rather weld a piece on here. We'll figure that out, I guess. What I'm going to do is this hitch right here. I'm going to just take this piece of 5/8 rod, lay it on the bottom. I can come out to this point. It's not going to affect how the ball goes on, but I'm going to run a weld. I'm going to clean 2 pieces of this up, put it on there, put a nice weld down both sides, and I'm going to do something up in the top. It ain't going to take much, I don't think. It's only bending when you push it. Like, I hooked this to my BX tractor and I push it up through the wood line if I'm at someone's house. One that was on it when I bought it was tweaked. I tweaked it more, replaced it, and I don't want this lasting 5 minutes. I'm going to try to do something to help it out, and we'll see how it goes. I got that to drill down through, and I know the reason no one ever did it. That's like real thick tubing. I would say probably better than 1/4 inch, probably 1/2 inch actually, because it took me a little bit to drill through, but I got it. But I just think when they built this, it was easy to drill those 2 holes and be done with it. And you have to go down through 2 tubes because they got another one welded, so it's a double. But I went right down through, got it. I'm going to throw bolts in it. I'm going to do everything I can to make it stronger. The one thing they probably should have done when they built it. Or if this doesn't work, if this bends again real quick, or at all, I'm just going to change it to a pindle. I just ain't a big pindle hook fan, so this is what I want to try. Put a pretty good bead down through there. Trying to debate whether I want to do something up here. Ain't the prettiest thing, but you know what? It's a lot stronger than it was. I don't think it's gonna bend now. And like I said, if it does, I'll put a fender hook on it. But I'm gonna clean that up a little bit more, sand it, throw some primer on it, and I wasn't sure if I showed that, but that's what I use in all my small engine stuff other than Honda oil. It's either this or Honda oil, but that's done. I think that would be a little stronger than it was before if I was pushing it around. All right, we'll get back to it. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I got it all put back together. Everything's serviced and ready to go as soon as springtime gets here, or maybe sooner. We might have some tree work to do before then. I'm hoping everything can wait till spring unless we have a real bad storm. But I just wanted to do a quick walk around. I got the hitch figured out. Put a cap on the jack. That probably would have never got hurt. It was full of grease, but it looks better. Oil change, greased everything. Still pretty sharp, so I'm not going to mess with changing that till I have to, because they haven't even been flipped once yet. This is a Bandit Model 65 XP. I don't know how many times over the years I rented this exact model, pretty much. I believe the original ones I used to rent years ago had the Wisconsin motor on them. Overall, it's a good unit. I'm super impressed with it too. That's another thing I might as well say during this video. This has done more than I expected that it would ever do. Anything over 4 inches is firewood to me, so I don't need a big chipper. This will take a piece of pine that's probably 6 inches round, and as long as it's only 9 or 10 feet long, it will eat it right up, spit it out. Put a long piece in, you just gotta pay attention when you're feeding it. But you can throw a 9 to 10 foot piece, 6 inches round of pine, and any softwood in this, and it chews it right up, doesn't even bother it. I think half the battle with these small machines is keeping it sharp. I've had good luck with it. I just want to let people know that. Again, when I have equipment that treats me good, I'm going to tell people. And this is another one of those pieces too. A lot of guys will be like, oh, that's not big enough. But I'd rather have, my thing with the chip is I looked at some for like 10 or 12 grand that were 80s and early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And they were getting just about what I paid for this. And this had 100 and something hours on it. Like I said, it was damaged, but 90% of guys out there, if you got one of these, I think you'd like it. If you're doing just tree work, but I mean, for a landscape guy like me, this is all I need. And even some of my slabs, I do a lot of small logs on the sawmill. The slabs will fit in this pretty good too, for the most part. I serviced it and let you guys know I'm super happy with this. It's a Bandit Model 65 XP. This will take 6-inch pine stuff. It'll take 6-inch hardwood stuff. I just don't do that. I use it, anything bigger than 4 inches is firewood to me. And the pine stuff, I will throw a 6-inch piece in there. And I said earlier in the video, I believe, but as long as it's only like 6 inches, it will take it. As long as, and if you sit there and feed it, you're fine doing a long piece. What I found over the time I've used it, 9 or 10 feet long, you can just shove it in and it will go, and you can go back and grab the next piece. But I just want to end this video here saying that it's all ready to go in the spring. I've had super luck with it. I have nothing bad to say about this at all. There's been no maintenance issues or anything. Again, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This is just another thing we do, especially when we're having a mild winter like we are. I'm glad. I'm glad to have all this stuff ready to go. That was the last piece I had to service. Other than that, I'm ready to rock and roll as soon as the weather gets here. And again, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.